again with another family favorite recipe. And this one you can see we got this out of a very much loved and much used cookbook. We're going to be doing something called Mom's Apple Roll. It's a dessert that we've made for quite a long time in our family. And Mom, why don't you tell how this cookbook came to be and how you got that recipe?
Well, our church, this is actually our church cookbook. We put this together back in I think it was in the late 80s.
And that was in Michigan, right?
Yes, that was in Michigan. And I was the secretary of the Ladies Auxiliary. And if anybody has ever put cookbooks together for a church, you know that a lot of the ladies didn't get the recipes in. And it was quite a lot of work to do. And a lot of these, when the cookbook came out, I looked and my name was in a lot. I even put Lita's name in it, so we all put recipes in it.
And I was only about what? I would have been 7 or 8 at that time. So yeah, I was putting recipes in the cookbook, and just trying to pad it out. Yeah, but anyway, we've made this. So it's been about 30 years.
Yeah.
That you've been making this dessert. Now there's no name to it. Right? So we don't really know who this came from?
No, not really.
Okay. But it's so good, it's so wonderful that through the years, every time Mom has made it, people have requested the recipe and really, really wanted it. And I have wonderful memories of eating this dessert myself as a child and standing at the end of the kitchen counter watching Mom roll this out and really, really just hoping she would hurry up so I could go ahead and eat all of it. So we're going to go ahead and share this recipe with you today so you can make it for your own family. All right, we are back. We have got all of our ingredients measured, and now Mom is going to show you how we're going to put this together.
Before you start, turn your oven on to preheat up to 350 degrees. Okay. Then you're going to take your stick of butter. 1 stick of butter. I know that's a lot.
Well, it's our family recipe, so of course there's going to be a lot of butter in it.
And you want to put this in a pan, and then you want this in the oven so the butter's going to melt.
Okay.
Next, you want to take a small pan, and you're going to take 2 cups of sugar. And then you're going to take 2 cups of water. Pour that in there. You want to stir that up a little bit. And you're going to heat this on the oven until that, or on top of the stove, and until it's clear and all the sugar has just
melted into the water. So basically just a really nice sugar syrup.
So you don't have to worry too much about it. You don't have to be really boiling or anything like that. Okay. While she does that, then we're going to make our dough. We're going to take 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. And again, that recipe said flour, and I think I one time put all-purpose flour, and it was not very good.
Which, for some reason, we have a bad habit of doing that.
Yes. As a young cook, a lot of these cooks do not know self-rising and all-purpose is different. Then you're going to take, I don't know if I should just, your lard, and that is, let's see, I think that was 1/2 cup of shortening.
Yeah.
All right. Again, you're going to wash your hands first. And you're going to get this incorporated into the flour.
Okay.
And you can use that pastry thing. I mean, there's, I think you may have one. I don't know.
Yeah, we do. Sometimes, like for my pie doughs and stuff like that, I use a pastry cutter. Or you can use 2 forks. I've seen that method. But really, I mean, nothing beats just getting your hands in there and just doing the work yourself.
And you really, you just want to make sure it looks kind of like the crumbly look.
Kind of like a pie dough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll be kind of like a pie dough.
Okay.
Now, you're going to, I'm probably going to, this is a
A third of a cup of milk. Okay.
I'm just going to use this spoon.
Yeah.
And you're just going to mix that together. Now that's going to kind of look like, oh my goodness, that's not going to really come together very good, but it will.
And in the meantime, while she's mixing that, just a quick note on our apples. We did 2 cups of apples, which for us was about 2 large apples. And so what we did was we peeled them. I used an apple core to go ahead and do that for me. And then I just used this little chopper. It's actually a nut chopper, but you can use it for a lot of different things in your kitchen. I used this to not finely chop, but just kind of coarsely chop the apples. So don't worry if like you have some smaller pieces or maybe even a little bit of larger pieces. That's kind of what you're going for.
Okay. Let's take this over here. All right. Now you've got your dough. Okay, you want to roll it out. They say about 1/4 inch thick, but you want to make it like a rectangle. And don't worry about if it, just kind of patch that up if it kind of splits. See if I can get it over here a little more. But, you know, approximately just a large rectangle. I think I said triangle, but I meant rectangle. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, now we're going to take our apples and we're going to spread that on there. Now this kind of sometimes could be a little hard, but don't worry about it if it's not pretty.
Yeah, because with this much sugar and cinnamon and butter, it's going to taste good. People are going to eat this anyway.
This is actually, to me, better than apple pie. And then just sprinkle the teaspoon of your cinnamon. Okay. Now here's the hard part. And I probably should have put a little more flour on that end.
So basically you're going to roll this.
I'm going to try to roll this.
Okay, all the way across.
Yes.
Basically like a jelly roll.
Yes.
If you've ever made a jelly roll, then you'll kind of know
Like
what the technique.
Rolls.
Mm.
I should have put more flour probably on the bottom. It would have probably come across a little better. Now this doesn't look very pretty, I know. But don't worry about that.
Yeah, because once that pie dough bakes, it's gonna come together.
You're not gonna see any of your failures on it. Now, this is another part that you got to really concentrate a little bit on. I'm going to take one of Lita's knives. You want 16, so you'll have to count. I kind of make a little mark.
Okay, so you're going to cut little indentations all the way across. So you're going to cut this before you bake it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Now, like I said, it's not going to look real pretty. Don't worry about that. Just kind of cut it like the jelly roll.
So in a way, this is kind of like a cinnamon roll, only you're adding, you know, apples.
Yeah. And it doesn't look attractive right now, but it really doesn't matter because it's going to bake up. It'll be beautiful. It's basically as long as you can just get it, you know, kind of sliced up for the pan.
So I just pulled our 13 by 9 pan out. You can see our stick of butter is completely melted. That's what you're looking for. And now Mom is going to very carefully put each slice into the pan.
Like I said, it's not going to be very pretty when you put it in.
No, it's not pretty now, but it's going to be gorgeous when it comes out, and it's going to be, oh my gosh, the taste is just unreal.
It's probably the best, one of the best dessert I think I've ever tried.
Yeah, I'm like you. I would actually prefer this over an apple pie. So basically what we're doing is you're putting 4 rows of 4.
Mm-hmm. Now this is the part that will probably kind of flip you guys out. But what you do, you take that pan of sugar water.
And let me show them real quick. We had that kind of at a boil, but you don't necessarily have to do that. But we've got it nice and incorporated.
Now I know that sounds crazy, pouring this on top. When I first did it, I thought, oh my goodness.
It really is, because you think it's going to make a soggy dough that's not going to bake, but we promise this is going to be a crucial step to the taste, and it's going to come out great.
Okay.
Awesome. And now we're going to put that in our 350-degree oven. And how long, Mom, do we bake that for?
It will be at least 55 minutes to 60.
Okay.
Just kind of keep an eye on it. It may depend on your stove.
Okay.
But at least I know it's usually baked about an hour for me.
Okay. All right, you can see it is beautiful and ready. Now my oven cooked this in about 45 minutes. So like I said, every oven is different. Just keep an eye on it and wait till it's nice and golden brown and bubbling. And there you can see why it kind of didn't matter what it looked like going into the pan, because you can see just how beautifully it cooked together. And now, Mom, you're going to go ahead and serve it on our plates. And now you can see where that really beautiful, almost crystallized sugar syrup has kind of permeated the dough and even around the edges, making this a beautiful gooey goodness. And of course you can wait to let this cool down a little bit, but yeah, we never do. Because once you smell this, you probably won't be able to wait for it to cool off. And make sure you scrape the bottom of the pan, because you really want to get that really good gooey, sugary and buttery goodness. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, as you can see, we really cannot wait to get into this. Mama over here's already had a bite before we turned the camera on, but that's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and try it and see how this came out. Of course, Mama already knows that she likes it, right?
Good. The crust is so crunchy and it is just so good. Of course, me and Mama had the a la mode.
And I like mine just without the ice cream and just eat it straight. This is so much better to me than an apple pie.
It is.
I don't know what it is about this particular dessert. And you wouldn't think that you would have like such a nice crunchy crust by pouring all of that liquid on top. But it really just comes out perfect every time.
And you can see how pretty it came out. It really, I mean, it doesn't matter if you kind of mess up on rolling it and everything.
Oh yeah, the baking process will cover up any mistake that you made prior to that. And I promise you, if you bring this to any kind of family function, church function, or just a family dinner, it'll be gone.
And they'll want the recipe.
Yeah, and I don't think anytime you ever took it anywhere, I don't think we ever brought back any leftovers. It was a clean pan. So thanks a lot for watching this video with us. We really hope you try this dessert because I promise you, you're going to love it and make it again and again. And so stay tuned for next week because we've got some specials planned. We're going to kind of go into a little bit of some TV cookbooks based on some of our favorite shows, and we're going to try those out and see how they taste. So thanks for watching this one. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for future videos. In the meantime, here are 2 videos you may enjoy. Thanks for watching.